Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of That's a Wrap. I'm Caboose.
I'm Ender the Answer.
And today what we got for you guys is our official spoiler-filled review of Avengers Infinity War. Now, again, I got to put emphasis on this like we did with a non-spoiler.
Yes.
This is all spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly suggest you put this in your favorites list or you like the video so it's in your playlist. You go watch the movie and come back and watch it.
Please do so because this is relatively fresh. I think it's about 2 days since the movie's been out, and we do not want to spoil anything for any fans.
That's right. And before we jump into this, though, I wanted to ask you guys, of course, if you could leave a like rating on the video as it shows your support, and we'd really appreciate it. So if you could leave a like, that would be awesome. And with that said, oh man, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to uncover.
Finally, I can let loose. I saw some comments from the fans that in a non-spoiler, I was quite reserved. And very well so, because it was a non-spoiler. But I'm telling you, I'm ready to let it out. And I just want to tell the fans, keep in mind that this is going to be a spoiler review of the movie. But we do got some videos coming after this. We're going to dissect and break down, because there is so much. I mean, There's much.
Just an incredible amount to unpack in this movie.
There's just an incredible amount. We could be here for 5 hours to do this, but we're going to do our best to break this spoiler review down for everybody.
All right, so listen, I mean, how else do you start a spoiler review without talking about the first freaking 5 minutes of this movie taking place essentially like right after the moments of the post-credit scene in Thor Ragnarok? Thanos and his ship, they're attacking the Asgardians. We end up on that ship. Ebony Maw is giving this speech to all the Asgardians like, witness, you have been given mercy by the King Thanos, and it's just, you get this feeling like, man.
I love how they did that. We didn't have to see him killing all these people. That was just good. We didn't want to waste any time. We kept talking. We knew this was going to be the beginning of the movie. That's one thing we kind of all fans knew. They didn't have to waste any time. We have to see everybody was already battered and bruised.
Exactly.
Thor was already destroyed, and they just got right into it. Thanos appeared on screen. It was kind of surreal seeing him, and you can tell right away he was menacing.
You know what was really cool about that scene too is you see that he has the Power Stone already. Yes. Like we didn't even waste no time with that.
Exactly.
You automatically know in your head he just destroyed every single person on Xandar and took that stone and walked out.
Exactly. They kind of hint at it. Yeah. Exactly. That's a great point.
So you get that idea, and then of course
because we didn't have to see him destroying Xandar.
Exactly. No, we didn't. But like just the implication there is just like, oh man, this dude is the real deal.
And then it got tense real fast.
Yeah. So we get the Hulk fighting Thanos, which I thought was awesome.
That was and we wanted to see that. We all wanted to see that.
But what's so perfect about this fight is you're like, oh man, like Hulk's getting some hits in. Okay, he can do some damage. And then Ebony Maw or someone, one of the Black Order just goes, let him have his fun.
Yes.
And then you go, Thanos knows what's going on.
That sets such a tone for the movie. Because first off, we always said, who's the ones that can go toe-to-toe with him? Thor, Hulk, maybe a few other characters. And we know Hulk.
He's a heavy hitter.
He was doing some damage. And I was like, right away you see Thanos taking some hits. And he has a stone. And without having, he just had one stone. I don't think he used it in that fight. He just kicked the shit out of Hulk.
He beat the living hell out of him.
And he just left it.
And it scars Hulk for the rest of the movie.
The rest of the movie. I kept on saying to you, why is he going to Hulk instead of that thing? He doesn't. Then it made me realize he was just too scared. That fight scarred him. Yeah. Because remember when he lands in the Sanctum Sanctorum, he's like, oh, the
Thanos is coming. Thanos is coming. The
fear that he has on his face, and that just kind of stays with him the whole movie. Yeah. It was you never seen Hulk beat up like that.
And then we have the fall of Heimdall first, who dies after sending Hulk to Earth using the Bifrost. Yes. And then we have the loss of Loki.
Yes.
This was something that we saw coming. This was one of our bold predictions. We knew it was going to happen. But man, it was rough.
It was pretty rough the way he just
was a brutal death.
Out. It was rough. And when Loki did try and backstab, it didn't work. It was just quick. It was painless. You
called it. He was going to try. He tried to trick Thanos. Yes. Thanos knew exactly what was going on, and Loki bites the dust right in front of Thor. Thor is forced to witness it all.
And you can see how Thor then became an integral part of this movie. Well, obviously he was going to get his power because he had that rage. Yeah. The whole movie he did. And obviously we see the whole movie he was a very integral part.
100%. Yes. Yeah. And oh man, that death was brutal. And it just, the whole first 5 minutes of this movie, the Russos said, the first 5 minutes of this movie, you're going to know why Thanos is the real deal. Yes. And it was a perfect introduction.
And I like the way he just spoke, and I just like the way he spoke. We'll get into Thanos in a second, but I just like the way he spoke in that first 5 minutes. He was like a god, the way he spoke. Menacing, he had a mission, he had a motive, he has to have the will to do more evil and things in the world. He had a purpose as a villain.
Yeah, Thanos was so great because he always just, like, his perspective is, I'm doing a service for the universe. Yes. I'm doing what's right.
And nothing was going to take him away from that.
Exactly.
Nothing. As we see in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Nothing was going to take him away from that. He was not going to be denied wiping out half the existence. He was not going to be denied.
Transitioning from that first scene, we get to Earth now. We have this awesome interaction with Tony, Doctor Strange, and Banner. They're all going back and forth about what they got to do now, like what's the next step. And then the Black Order arrived.
Yes.
And I thought this was such a nice secondary kind of overall battle introduction to the Black Order.
Yes.
We see Ebony Maw, and I believe the big dude is Cull Obsidian. Yes. And there's an awesome battle with the Avengers.
It was good because right away you start to see this amazing relationship and interaction with Tony and Doctor Strange. That was great to see. A couple of great jokes once again. Marvel with their perfect humor, and Spider-Man in there as well. And I really, if we just kind of talk quickly about the Black Order, I liked them. They were great. They were good, and they were very powerful. And they all met their demise, which was good because the Avengers had to kick some ass. Right. But I like the character, especially the guy with the telepathic abilities. At one point, I was like, "How are they going to defeat this?"
Yeah, guy? I know he was really powerful.
He was really powerful, and you can tell the way all of them talked. They're so fearful of not disappointing.
They don't want to mess with Thanos.
They were so fearful of disappointing Thanos. They're very, very fearful.
No, you're absolutely right. And that was such an awesome battle scene, just fighting through the streets in New York. Just again seeing Doctor Strange and Iron Man interact. It brings me back to Avengers 1 when we first saw Cap and Iron Man, and Black Widow and Thor, all working together. Like it's just so cool.
And I was thinking later on in the movie too how Tony says, they had that interaction with Doctor Strange. He didn't want to come back down to Earth. He knows what happened.
Yeah.
Tony still cares so much about people and everything. He's the godfather of this. Let's take the battle to a planet we have no idea what's no idea what's going to happen. But he wanted to protect the greater good and Earth.
And continuing on the talk of the Black Order, they're the ones who actually get a bad hit on Vision. Vision's off. He's doing his thing with Scarlet Witch. We see that relationship has fully developed from the comic books. Obviously, some nice fan service there. But Vision gets stabbed. They're fighting. They end up in a subway. And I think your favorite...
We'll get to that in a second. But I was going to say, right off the bat of the movie, they destroy two characters that have never been hurt. Vision and Hulk have never been hurt.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? And then it gets to the moment. I'm telling you, Caboose, yes, I am the biggest Cap homer. There's no doubt about it. The way the Russos did it, just talking about it right now, honestly, honestly, Caboose, I was elbowing you really bad. I'm sorry. Fans out there, how cool was that moment?
Yeah.
And you know what it was? And I told you this. It was like Cap spoke for the first time.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard him spoke in 10 years of these movies. He spoke for the first time. The shadows, he was so
badass. He was
so badass. I'm nothing. Oh man, it was just an incredible
The first time ever that you would consider a hero to be menacing is when a subway train is going by and all you see through the lines is the silhouette of Captain America ready to kick some ass.
Goodness, the Russos just know how to do it. They give you these moments that'll stick in my head forever.
Yeah,
that'll stick in my head. And I want to ask fans out there. I don't know if your audience in your theater would know. We had a huge ovation.
There was a couple of ovation thunderous
applause, but there was a thunderous for Cap.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, that's not even the only badass moment he has in the movie. Obviously, he stops the gauntlet. That's a great moment in the movie. But one of the cooler moments, too, is during the Wakandan battle.
Yes.
You see all the army running, and you just see Cap sprinting
just
quicker and quicker.
Sprints ahead.
Gets all the way ahead. He's on the front line with Black Panther. Oh my God, it was so good.
I really like when he came from the subway too. I really like what Black Widow did there as well. She had a nice little fight. I've always liked Black Widow. She's been that leader type too, and then Falcon comes in. It was just a great scene. They go back to the headquarters and Cap's gonna listen to the sergeant. You know what I mean?
General Ross, get out of here.
Yeah. He didn't even think twice. He's like, I'm done apologizing, and he just didn't care.
When Cap said that whole the exchange of dialogue with Ross, he turned to me and was like, Cap's the freaking coolest guy on the planet. He's just so good. He's just so good. Chris Evans
like I said, I know
role.
Fans calm down. I know I'm a Cap homer, but the way they introduced him, the way they just had those 5-10 minutes with him was just incredible.
It was perfect.
Because we were wondering, is he going to be this nomad? And they never referred to him as that, and I was fine with that. They still called him Cap throughout this movie, but we knew he was a badass.
But we knew, he was he kind of disowned that mantle. But still, it was really cool.
Get us back on track here.
Yeah,
so I'm going to keep talking about Cap. Get us back on track.
Another moment that's honestly worth talking about that got the thunderous applause, and the whole build up to it was really cool too, was Thor arriving to Earth in that Wakandan battle. That's my favorite moment of the movie.
It's 1A, 1B for me, but the whole interaction with him and group and making the hammer, I know you said that's kind of maybe where it slowed down a little bit. That was where it slowed down for me a little bit. It kind of got we're dragging, let's get past this, I get it, okay. But I wanted to speed up a little bit and get to the action because I knew we were building to that. Yes.
Once we got to that moment though, when Thor lands on Earth, oh my God, chills
he went
up
nuts.
And down my spine.
He just destroyed people. It was It was so cool.
Yeah,
how
and
they
Alan
did that.
Silvestri's Avengers score, just the build up to it is so
His
good.
costume was nice and clean.
Yeah,
he came down
man.
because he kept emphasizing how important that hammer and that axe was going to be, right? So it was just a great moment. Then Bucky takes Rocket.
The spin. There's so many just iconic.
And we should talk about the whole interaction and where the humor was really great, and it really got back to kind of Guardians 1 for me is when he met the Guardians.
Yeah.
The deep voice with Peter Quill. It was that was a great.
That was so funny.
Great scene.
So funny.
You're talking like laugh out loud. I'm glad we watched it the second time because I was laughing so hard I didn't want to miss any
you
lines
missed
in
the
this
moments.
movie.
Yeah,
it was a great interaction.
No, it was so funny. And it was like I said, when we talked in our non-spoiler review, there's rightfully timed comedy moments, and that was one of them. Where it was so perfect.
He was just so jealous of him.
And it was it's so in character for Star-Lord and Thor. Their interaction, it was awesome.
And then when he first calls him Rabbit, and then Rabbit.
Oh my God,
the whole entire movie.
The whole movie. Rabbit.
It was just so great.
Just so good. But all right, let's transition over back to Thanos. One of my favorite things in this movie with Thanos is the way he utilizes the stones.
Yes.
And not even just, using the reality stone to do this or the space stone to do this, but the way he was using the power and the space stone. For instance, when he uses...
And it lit up when he was using it.
Yeah. So when he brought down the moon, he uses the power stone to break up the moon. He uses the space stone to hurl the moon. It was so creative the way that the Russos used that.
Very creative.
It was so cool.
I thought that aspect of the movie was just brilliant because we got to see them all in use and just how much power these things have and what he can do with them. And when he has a 3 or 4 in there, he can use them multiple times together.
And the reality stone was so trippy. It was
and we haven't really seen used in that way, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to think all of them maybe we really haven't seen in that way, and just the power and what he can do with them. Because at one point I thought Drax was gone.
When he turns him into the clay, I was a little confused there. But the reality stone was super trippy, and I just love the way Thanos was utilizing every stone, basically except the Mind Stone at the very end. But all right, one of the most important things about this movie was the Soul Stone and where it is and its whereabouts.
No one on this planet knew that was.
I don't think there's anyone that could have ever guessed what it was.
And I absolutely loved it. I loved it for so many reasons. Now, Thanos being a villain, all of that stuff, this showed how real this character was and actually had emotion. One of the most important scenes when he's on his throne talking to Gamora, I thought that was a very important scene. But just the whole, when he throws her off the cliff, so she says, "Oh, you lost. You're not going to get the stone because you don't love anyone."
Yeah.
He loved
Exactly.
He loved her.
He loved Gamora.
He loved her because to get that stone, he had to sacrifice somebody he loved, and he shed a tear.
That was such an important character moment for Thanos because it's one thing to be just this mad titan, this villain, this
just a throwaway villain that kills people,
kill all and end all.
Not that at all.
He wasn't that. He had compassion. He had a good motive, and we saw in that moment with the Soul Stone that he genuinely felt love for Gamora.
And what I have to tail off of that, Caboose, is his motive to wipe out half the existence. It ain't about killing people.
Yeah.
He thinks the world's going to be better when
he needs the universe to
strive. Survive better. So his motive is not all evil and just death. He has a purpose for it.
And now,
and of course, the Red Skull reveal
right.
was
So
cool.
the whole Soul Stone thing had probably the craziest, mind-blowing reveal in the movie, and that's that Red Skull's still alive, and they revealed him. That was insane.
Cool.
Now the build-up to that scene, I thought it was actually going to be Silver Surfer.
You did? I thought it was going to be the Beyonder.
That would have been crazy. Yeah. But just seeing Red Skull, it was like. Whoa!
That was a nice little thing.
That was a nice full circle moment because everyone kept talking about in Captain America 1, when he holds the Tesseract and he gets shot into space, he didn't die. He got transported somewhere.
Exactly.
And they let that pay off, and that was awesome. That was super, super cool. And then, transitioning from that, just continuing to talk about Thanos, that fight that he has against the Avengers on Titan was insane. Some of the coolest action ever.
It was great. So, and I actually saw it in a video. It was a good prediction from, I can't remember if it was a fan or a video that I saw, that they were going to use Mantis to slow him down, and they did.
Right, to make him try and make him sleep.
Effort, yes. And then it kind of looks like maybe did Peter Quill cost him in this movie?
He does.
And he had to. Because he was kind of making a few jokes, so you saw the love that he had for Gamora as well.
But everyone's kind of saying oh, well, this was out of character. Why did he do this? He cost the Avengers the fight.
Yeah.
It's not out of character at all.
It's not.
If you take yourself back to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, what's the first thing Quill does when he finds out that Ego's the one who planted the tumor in his mom? Right away, pulls out the blasters and just lights him up. He is a guy of impulse. He makes those quick decisions, and sometimes it's going to cost him a lot. But that's in his character. They wrote it perfectly. It's nothing that strays away from who he's been. So I thought that was a really good moment. it was unfortunate for the Avengers because of what it cost them.
Yes.
But I liked the way it played out, and then that fight that Iron Man and Thanos had, that 1v1.
That was really needed. Yes, I did want to see Cap kind of go at it with him, but that was really needed. He's been the godfather of this. Yeah. He went at it with him. The suit was incredible with some of the things. And then we didn't even talk about the spider. The
Iron Spider too. Yeah, I know. There's just so much to unpack in this movie.
There's just so much to unpack. I'm trying to look at our notes so we can stay on track.
I know.
Stay on track here. But that fight was great. He took him down.
Yeah.
And when he got stabbed, again, everybody gasped.
The whole theater went silent.
We thought that was the moment.
Whole, you could, especially when we saw it the second time around and we saw it coming. I was just waiting. What's the audience going to react to this? And when he gets stabbed, all you can hear is
the gasp.
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is it for Iron Man. He's done." But what's super important about this scene is the way Doctor Strange lets it play out.
Yes.
Because he says, "Stop. I'll give you the time stone. Spare his life." Yes. And it's like he's reluctant to do it. But it's like Doctor Strange kind of knows what he's doing, because an important scene in this movie that I think will pay off in Avengers 4 is when he goes to the future to see the outcomes against the fight against Thanos. He sees 14 million battles.
So maybe he saw that he had to give it up for them to win.
And he said there was only one victory. Now I'm going to get back a little bit to that theory in a second, because one of the biggest moments in this movie is something that a lot of people were speculating and were kind of hoping that wouldn't happen, and that was
the snap.
Boom.
Yes.
It happens.
The
it
more
happens.
and more I thought about it, Caboose, and obviously watching the movie, it's easier afterwards, but I was like, it did have to happen. We knew this wasn't going to end in a happy ending. There's a part
The Avengers had to lose.
They had to take a beating, and I was just like, is he just going to kill a few and leave them battered and bruised? The snap did have to happen, and the way they did it once again was just brilliant.
Just perfection.
It was a good way.
He should have gone for the head.
He was almost about defeated, and then the usage of the time stone to rewind back.
To get the Mind Stone,
I'm always iffy with the time stone. The usage was great. He didn't kill it with rewinding everything back in this movie. That was the moment he did have to rewind back because he had to get the stone.
And then everyone just starts vanishing.
Yeah.
We get all these characters just start disappearing. When Bucky disappears, I'm like, oh my god, what is happening right now? And then it starts to hit me.
Yes.
Half the universe is going to cease to exist.
Everybody on our safe list wins.
Everyone's gone.
I'm telling you, Caboose, we watched the movie twice. When Spider-Man fades, I'm telling you, I got emotional.
It's hard.
It was just killer. Because first he got anointed, and when he got anointed, you saw his face. He was so proud.
He was happy to be an Avenger,
And then, an hour later, he dies?
He's gone.
And he was a little kid again. He was a young kid again, and that was his dad, and I don't want to go. Just thinking about it, it gets you emotional
that was a really tough moment, but oh man, everyone started to go.
Everyone just started to go.
But here's the thing. So the only people that were left, aside from Nebula and Rocket,
and Rhodey.
Rhodey, you can make an argument for.
Yeah, he's kind of.
But my point is the original Avengers,
the OGs,
are still around.
Yes.
Is that intentional?
Now I started to wonder. I think it's intentional from the direct. These guys got to be paid so much. But I'm wondering, can Thanos manipulate who's going to die when he snaps?
Right. But, or is it just, half the universe dies, whatever it is?
That's what I'm really wondering, because then I think for a reason he did want to keep Iron Man alive. He did want to keep some of the original alive. Because he was like, do you know me? He goes, yes, Stark, I know you. So he knows maybe the original OGs that fought in that first Avengers movie. Yeah. Is it the producers paying homage? Either way, I'm very happy that did happen.
Right.
Now, we won't get into Avengers 4 too much. We'll have that later.
Yeah.
Obviously, some of these characters got to come back. There's got to be a Black Panther 2. And is there going to be, the first thing that I'll say, and we'll break this down later, Caboose, is these OGs, some of them are going to give up their life, I think, for these some of the other ones that come
back. So one thing also that I really want to, and this is going back to my whole Doctor Strange thing, is everyone who starts fading away is like, oh my god, what's happening? Everyone's like, and then, Spidey breaks down.
Yes.
The only one of the people that are fading away who is like in contentment is Doctor Strange. He's the only one who's like,
that's a great point.
He sat there and he didn't freak out about it.
Really great. So he kind of knew what was going on.
This is maybe again that one win that they get. This is all a part of the plan. That's a very good point,
because we've only seen him in kind of just one movie, right? Yeah. So they gave us a lot of Doctor Strange in this, which was good. And I got to tell you, everybody's fading. It goes back to Cap. He's sitting down and Cap says, "My God."
I thought it was gonna fade.
I was really gonna die. I was just because I was like, because everybody kind of did a my God before they went, and I was like, oh my God, Cap's gonna go, but he didn't go.
He didn't go.
Because I'll tell you right now, Cap's moment is not done. He will have something in Avengers 4. Yeah. He grabbed the gauntlet. Yes, okay, no, he's not powerful. Then he got punched. It is what it is. But it was just what an emotional roller coaster they put you on.
And then we just see Thanos looking off in the sunset, smiling, just as he foreshadows in the movie.
Foreshadowed what he wanted to do, and he's just content about it and happy. He did what he needed to do.
That's why, again, like this is Thanos' movie. Yes. It begins with him.
100%.
It ends with him.
100%. You know? The interaction with Gamora, she was such a big part. This was all about him. It was just brilliantly done the way they did it. With him. I mean, look, Caboose, if we take a second to talk about our gripes or what we did not like about this movie,
like I said,
it's really, really hard to find.
There's not
I know
much.
You said the slow down part in the middle. I had no problems with it. The only thing I could say is I did want some more Cap time. I did want some more Black Panther time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially coming from the Black Panther movie. But then when I think about it, just where could he have fit in to get more time? Maybe see more Hulk, but we know why we didn't because he was scared.
Right.
But once again, when you just look at the movie for what it's worth, how could everybody get that much screen time? But maybe those two characters, they were just riding such a high. And then a couple of times the humor, when it was about a little bit of a serious moment, the humor was still there.
That's fair.
But those are just very minute.
And
once again, I said on Ryan spoiler, we needed the humor. If you didn't have it, you were going to just be on an emotional wreck.
Yeah, I know. And it could have been really bad for the kids, you know? Like, think of the kids, guys. Think of the kids. Yes. But all right, listen, when the credits started rolling, that was not the end. We had one post-credit scene.
And it's kind of what everyone thought.
Kind of what everyone was expecting. So we see, you know, it's the end of the movie, or it's the post-credit scene, and it's essentially after the events of the snap. So we see, you know, Nick Fury's in a car with Agent Hill. A car crashes in front of him. Nobody's in there. Then Agent Hill starts to disappear because of the snap. Then Nick Fury's about to start to disappear, but not before he reaches a pager in the back of a car, which seems to be confirmed now is the message he sends out to Captain Marvel.
And I'm sure this will be speculated at the wazoo, but I think, just to quickly get into it, I don't think she's going to be the savior. The OGs are still going to be but she's going to be really powerful. And of course, how bad are you going to want to watch that movie? And I think that'll be the ending of her movie. She'll look at something getting a page. I got to go.
But outside of Thor right now, the OG Avengers, there's no one who's really going to pack a heavy hit unless Hulk wants to finally come out. You know?
Don't doubt Cap.
Right. Okay. But yeah, like Captain Marvel has to come in there. She's got to be a heavy hitter for them until they find out a way to bring back those people who have ceased to exist, died, whatever it might be. So yeah, Captain Marvel's movie is going to be very huge, very pivotal.
And it's about a month, I think, before the part 4 comes
so obviously, I'm assuming there's going to be a post-credits.
These guys, man,
they know what they're
got
doing.
It all
they know what they're
doing.
They
just got it all figured out.
But hey, that was our lengthy spoiler discussion on Avengers
us.
Infinity War. But now we kick it to you guys. Go nuts in the comments.
Do you want to give our rating, Caboose?
Oh, right. Okay. A rating out of 10. I mean, let's just say it at the same time.
It's a 10.
Boom.
You know,
10 out of 10, man.
If you take it for what it's worth, the movie is a 10 out of 10 for what it did for us in this 10 years. It can't be anything else but
it paid off. It paid off. You know, all this anticipation, all the hype, all the expectation was blown out of the water. So the Russos did it. 10 out of 10. But yeah, go nuts in the comments. Let us know your spoilery thoughts on the movie. Let us know what you thought. And if you want to give your rating, you could do that too. I'm Caboose.
I'm Andrew the Answer.
And once again, if you could leave a like rating on the video, it shows your support and we would really appreciate it. And you can click on screen to make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please follow us on Instagram and Twitter and like us on Facebook. The links are in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new.
That's a wrap.